Well, good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, we're back to cool weather again. Lord have mercy. I don't know how to dress. One day I come out in shorts and, a nice comfortable shirt. The other day I got to get my old shirt out. I don't take and put nothing up anymore by the back door. I just leave it hanging on a hook because you don't know how to dress this crazy weather. I do not know what's going on. But anywho, we've been working on, just got that little fat gnome done. He's got the red beard. That was Brian's idea. I was painting him up and he said, hey, do a red beard. I'm like, well, I've thought about that, but I've never ever done one. Oh, fat gnome. There he is. He's fat. Simple. And then the other day I thought, golly, I got tons of this sugar pine. Cut-offs. These are about 2 3/4. Some of them are 3 1/2, some are 4. I thought, I like carving gnomes because they're mythological. So I thought, I'm going to go back making magnets again. So, there's one. Just simple. Got a little pipe. See? Nice and clean. And make sure, folks, when I see this a lot of different places, when you paint one, it's called a bleed over. Sand the back of it. Clean it back up. Or you can sign your name. And this looks so much better. And here's another one. Just anybody can do these. These are very simple. No right, no wrong. This is fun whittling. Another red beard. I got one over there that I haven't finished. I got him carved. I carved like 4 of these things. And basically, we're not going to do this, but you just get you a block of wood and you want to kind of find the center. That's all you need. And then you just want to, your nose is going to be right in here. Right? I know you can't see this, but I'm just drawing this real quick. Just find the centers. That's it. Very simple. Because, this right here, you're going to have a nose right here. And there you go. And the rest of it's just yada, yada, yada. Very simple. Did send a box of love to Kentucky yesterday. You guys will be getting that. You know what I'm talking about. You got to show your love sometimes. Just show your love. But anywho, you don't want to look at the old man. Lord, no. We're still playing with this little bear. Start knocking out arms. Just getting the face knocked in. We did that a little bit of that the other day. I'll have to get Lara out here. You can't see. Hang on. Yeah, Lordy. Let's get it where it's angled. There. I'll have to get Lara out here or Brian to really shoot this table that I built and everything. Because I've got it all finished. I haven't built the business card holder yet. And nothing like that. But I'll get them to shoot this table. And I really like it. It's all finished. It's durable. It was out in the rain yesterday. The rain would just slide off of it. Just slide right off. And that's what you want. And that's what you want. You want something that, especially the type of carving I do down here in Tennessee, I could be outside, inside. I prefer to be outside and everything. Because, I do. I like outside. Got my new sign up on the barn. We're going to be doing that, hopefully. Let's pray, that if things go right and I can get somebody to shoot the video, I may shoot that video for that bow leaf that I'm getting ready to do with all the primitive tools tomorrow. Don't hold your breath on that one because, we live in Tennessee and the weather can change rapidly here. Like living in Florida. Give it a few minutes and it will change. Yes, and it will change. We're just taking the backside down. Got to bring that arm out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole idea. I know one thing. I'm going to redo this part right here and bring it over just a little bit. I don't like that. So that's why you got bulk. That's why you got bulk of wood. Let's redo his coveralls and bring them over just a smidgy. There you go. Now see, I like that better. Remember, like I told you, no right, no wrong. Sometimes you just, you see something, you're like, I don't like that. So you got to fix it. There's no one perfect in this world. And you know my saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't built in a day. Now that's much better. I'm not ashamed of showing mistakes and stuff. Even after all the years I've carved and stuff. There's sometimes I'll draw something and it's like, what was you thinking? You know? But I like that better. Yep. Yes, I do. We're just cleaning this up right here. I'm going to change all this right into here. Just a little bit more whoop-de-doo right here. Right there. And that's just pocky. Got to get a pocky. So we're just redoing a few things. Don't worry. Like I tell folks, I drawed it. I can fix anything pretty well. Draw with a knife. Yes, that's a lot better. Lot better. I like that. I want them old wrinkled coveralls. I don't want them perfect. But what had happened was this part of the coverall was way over here too far. So I wanted it where this one's a little bit closer. So I brought it back in, and now I'm just redoing the coveralls a little bit. Sometimes I can tell people it looks good on paper until you start. And you're like, oh, nope. But we've already got it fixed. Only took a second. That's all it took. We're back to the coveralls. See, we got a shape of a coveralls. Now, we were playing with this army. And like I said, you gotta leave a meat down here for your pocky. Like I told you, there's no blueprints on this. No, none at all. Your blueprints are in your head. Pure whittling here. Just, that's all this is. Just figuring it out as you go. That's what I like. Yes. Alrighty. Work on these coveralls a little bit more. Kind of back and forth, back and forth. You know the gist. Kind of, you gotta cross the bridge about 100 times before you get to the other side. There you go. Yeah, liking it. Now we brought the coveralls right back. Got the arm coming out. I left enough meat there to do that. Let's get that pocket right there. Just bringing that arm out. He's got his hands stuffed way down in his pockets. Which the way I carve, I don't carve with two sides the same. I told you, there's no one stands there the same. You're going to have two different directions of your body flowing two different ways. So that's how I carve. I don't fret over it. Don't worry about it. Look in the mirror. You'll see what I'm seeing. Two sides are always different. Yeah, I like carving them little gnomes there. And then I got to, have this little a 3 block, just a little chunk. So I got to get the beard and stuff on him. Very simple. I don't like, these can be mushroom houses, gnomes. You can carve anything out of that. I don't throw nothing away. Costs me money. Why would I want to throw it away? Now that's going to be his pocky right there. I left a lot of meat there where I can shape in and stuff like that. I'll lay it down just a little bit and little whoop-de-doos, and it's going to, like he's got a pocky right there and his coverall just sticking out. Coveralls. Make sure you cover the whole carving. Carve everywhere. Get rid of all them saw marks. All that. Little whoop-de-doos here. Whoop, whoop, whoop-de-doos. And I apologize. He's really quite hard to hold. So my big old hands are right in the way. Okay, his hand's going to go right there in his pocky. So we're just going to cut a rough line right now, just to define where his little handy ruly's going to go. Yep, we're just rough lining. See, he's got now where his hand's diving into his pocket, just like this one right here. It's diving in into the bucket. Now I'm just letting his shoulders ride right up underneath his coveralls. I'm just going to let them shoulders just roll right underneath them coveralls, and that's good enough. I like that. Nice big, he's got like muscle arms. Me, Daddy Bear. Now, let's figure it out. I'm just kind of roughing things in. That's all I want to do. That's the straps there of his coveralls, and then eventually what he's going to get, he's going to get a little pocket right there, and let's bring his pocket up right here, and he'll have little pockies, and then this here. You don't want it perfect at all. That's his coveralls. That's that flap in the front. You could do it like this. You got something similar to that. Yes. And I want these straps to be, I want them to be concave. So I'm rolling my knife. I'm going to lose that little point right there. Right there. right there. Okay, let's do it right over here, and we can blend these coveralls together. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Take this down, revealing more of that arm. Just rough stage, folks. You know, just like I said, I can't stress that enough. We're just rough staging everything, setting all the lines, getting where, you know, you can see the vision. And then you go in with some detail and clean it up, and voila, Mr. Bear has been born. Really, yeah, I'll get it here in a minute. Hang on, folks. Let's get the old bag out. There you are. You sleep. Wake up. I've had this OCC tool for years, and see how it concaves up? It's very small. I wouldn't take nothing for that, because it can get into these little tight areas right in here. Nice and tight. Yep. Get behind that arm and clean it up. Clean up around them coveralls. Yeah, that's what it does. It just gives it a little cleaning. Tight areas like that, it's kind of hard to get the knife in without rolling it and chattering the blade on the wood. You know, this here works out really good. It's that line cut in. That's the one I lost last winter, this tool here, and I couldn't find it. And I finally found it. I was not happy with myself. It fell, I guess when I was coming in the shop, I had it on another table, and when I was carrying the table, I think it fell off and didn't see it, hear it or anything, and it had fell over by the front door, and it was laying behind a piece of wood. Well, I was doing some serious cleaning, and there it was. Gosh, I was happy. Like I said, I've had it for years. It's a staple in my bag. It's always with me. You find a tool that you like, that you're very comfortable with, and you're going to stick with it. I had a knife like that, and I wore it out. I had a knife that was just phenomenal, and I literally wore it out. I carved with it for so many years. I still got it. It's put up. It's just part of the family, but I can't use it anymore. I literally wore the thing out, carving with it so many years. It was with me everywhere. I used to carry it. When I did primitive carving, I wore coveralls, and I used to carry it in my front pocket, and people, you would always know I had it because it had a unique sheath on it. It was just a knife that I bought at a carving show and fell in love with it. Like I said, you're going to find a tool that just fits your hand remembers it, and you're going to love it. You are. Alrighty. We got that arm set. Actually, this arm is set. Yeah. It's got some big old muscle arms. muscle. Been eating his Wheaties. Sure do like this table. As I can set knives upright, they're not banging. Nothing like that. That's what I like about it. Yes. I'm hoping it warms up after a while and dries my grass out. Because I've got to mow. I want to get it all mowed up for the Memorial Day. You know, I always like my yard nice and looking good. Yeah, I ain't made magnets in a long time. Magnets was popular back then, and so I decided to do it. Around here, gnomes sell very good. That's why you see me make so many gnomes. I sold a bunch of gnomes the other day when I was street carving in Gatlinburg. So I thought, well, let's do something that is very popular and people like, and you know. Yeah. Messing with the pockets. Yes. Oh, I didn't show you the big boy. I glued up another one. You know, you've seen this guy that we did on the video. I mean, he's cleaning up really good and everything. He's just about done. And then I thought, well, I want to go one even bigger. Hang on, folks. I don't want to drop this thing on my foot because it would hurt. He's a big one. No, I just got him shaped out yesterday. Look at that one. He'll have a bent hat. And this thing will start its life now with a hatchet. I'll come in here and hack all this out like I did the other one. I mean, I'm not going to spin and wear my arm out. I'll shape this thing with a hatchet. You know, this is, I cut this out yesterday. Nice big block of wood. And there it will be. But I got to get the hatchet out, and I want to tune it up a little bit. I'll use my axe block that I just built, and I'll just shape him all up. That's all I'm going to do. them straps where the coveralls are going to go, where the strap is going to be sticking out right there. I'll have a little line right there, a little line, a little whoop-dee-doo. And then I do another thing on this, and I'll show you. There you go. Let's just see what this is going to look like. Let's add a little love here and see what this line's going to look like. You may not believe in this. I do. I've done it for years. I showed Phyllis. She told me something that she'd heard why people don't do it, and I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I ain't never heard of that. Yep, never heard of that. You just kind of, you can see what you've carved. You know, you're not trying to sand it. You're just kind of going over some of your carving lines. Now, you can see how rough that is, okay, compared to that side. You can see some definite, everything. Everything's defined. It tells you where you need to carve, where you shouldn't, just a tad, a second or two. Not very rough sandpaper. It's just defining everything. Yeah. Now see, I can see. I see a lot of things there. I got a chip in my hat. That happens all the time. Let's just fix this up. It don't have to be perfect because this hat is not going to be perfect. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. Like I said, I draw this. I designed this, so it's my baby. Draw with a knife. Little swoop-de-doos here. Little swoop-de-doos there. Like that old bent, wore-out, sun-baked cowboy hat that looks terrible. It's like, George, you need to buy you a new hat. I like my hat. I like it very well. Yes'm. Yep. Alrighty. We got roughed in arms. Actually, that suits me finer than frog hair right there. So, that's where his bib overhaul has that piece that lays out on it. You got, mine has a place to put pins in it, and it's a pocket. We'll get it started. Need to stroke this knife. Yep. Give it just a tune up here in the. I forgot to do it before I did this video because I can tell. I used it a lot yesterday carving those gnomes. So. If I start doing magnets, I'm going to have to make me a display. I've already come up with an idea of how I'm going to make a display. So when I do go places, you got to show them what it is. So I'm going to take me a piece of metal and make a display where I can put maybe 6, 7, 8, on there of magnarulis. And that way people, hey, that's, they know what that is. Well, it's getting about that time again. I just looked up and seen the clock thing on there. So like I said, we don't want to run it out because I've done that. Oh, gosh. Well, anywho, well, we're just playing around with the bear. You know, got some arms cut in, some, parts of the coveralls. You gotta, do the pockets, chatter him up, finish the shoes, yada yada, cut the little face in. His hat slides over his eyes, who cares? No right, no wrong. Rome wasn't built in a day. Get out there and do a little whoop-de-doo. I appreciate and love everyone. Remember, like, subscribe, push the notification button, and please share this with your family, friends, just everyone. Help out a good YouTube channel that's just family built. There's nothing vulgar on my channel. I appreciate you all again. And Whittler Dave will just talk to you later. And you all have a blessed day. And I thank you.